Hey everyone, it's Corey from Alpha Gamma Productions, and I have been playing LA Noire Remastered. And I want to give everyone my quick take on the game so far. I have about 5 or 6 hours into the game, and here are some of my early impressions. LA Noire, developed by Team Bondi and released by Rockstar Games originally in 2011 for Xbox 360 and PS3, has you playing the role of Cole Phelps, a Los Angeles Police Department detective in 1947 being famous for the bloodiest year in Los Angeles history. The game is a story-driven open-world title. What I mean by that is, this isn't necessarily a truly open-world game. Sure, you can drive wherever you would like and go explore the streets of 1947 LA, but you won't find the world brimming with multiple different types of activities around every corner, and you may not even find a realistic number of NPCs going about their everyday business. If you go into this expecting Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar's most famous franchise, you will be sorely disappointed. This game is much more about the story of Cole Phelps and solving various cases around Los Angeles, from traffic to homicide to vice. Phelps must search each crime scene for clues and evidence, then interview witnesses and suspects. Now, I played and finished LA Noire on Xbox 360 when the game was originally released and absolutely loved the game. I am a huge fan of narrative-driven titles. I may take flack for this, but my top 3 Rockstar titles probably look a little different than anyone else's. What I mean by that is, Grand Theft Auto 5, which is many people's favorite, is third on my list. Second being LA Noire, and first being Red Dead Redemption. All that aside, LA Noire has aged since its original release, and you can definitely tell. This title is called Remastered because it isn't a total remake from the ground up. Much of the pop-in textures and clipping that existed in the original still exist here. The textures do all look quite a bit better, especially looking closely at peeling paint on buildings and cracks in the road. The facial animations, which were state-of-the-art at the time because of the capture method with the actors, do see some improvements with fluidity. This especially helps during the interview process of each case. You can really get a good look at all the witness and suspect faces and decide whether or not you believe them. The soundtrack is still amazing. LA Noire is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. The time period music by Andrew and Simon Hill is excellent. The high-end trumpets and brass along with the orchestra is just top-notch. The real big reason for this quote remaster is for the HDR and 4K support, and 1080p support for that matter, as the original on 360 and PS3 was in 720p. Sadly, I have not been able to play this title in 4K as I do not own a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, but I was able to play in HDR and full 1080p on my 4K TV, and that is really where this game shines. The color all pops on billboards, clothing, and automobiles. The lights all shine driving through LA at night. The brick textures on the buildings and the lighting and shadows all stand out just a little more, and they really do look great in 1080p resolution. I wish I could do the HDR justice on this video, but I can't. My first initial thought is, if you don't have an HDR compatible TV, this new release of LA Noire may not be for you. I can't see a big enough difference to really make this worthwhile unless you are really hankering for 1080p resolution and some improved textures. If you're a huge fan of this game, or have never played it, this may be worth picking up. However, if you originally played it and were not a huge fan, you may be able to skip over this. I may change my opinion after playing more of the game. The combat controls are about the same, a little clunky getting into and out of cover, but the shooting mechanics are solid. Again though, this title isn't really about combat, it's about story, investigation, and some combat thrown in on the side. That's about it for my quick take, everyone. I will do a full detailed review once I have finished the game, but until then, keep on enjoying all that is great about video games.